Hi everyone, Dr. Victoria Skirbo here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center in Wareham, Massachusetts. Today is Friday, January 31st, and I want to do a quick read on Adam Schiff. Um, he has been, quite frankly, my hero. I just think he's done such a great job. Um, Whenever I heard him speak, he was eloquent and um, just lovely, just a lovely energy. Of course, he's a Cancer. I'm a Cancer. It's hard not to love a Cancer when you're a Cancer. Um, but so there's a couple of things happening in his chart. Now, I promised I would do his chart. I haven't really gotten around to it yet. I will either today or tomorrow or Sunday because I have some readings I have to do. So I will kind of do a deep dive into his chart, but there are things happening to him at this time. And what's interesting, he is a Cancer. He has his Sun and Venus at pretty much 1 degree of Cancer. Sun 58 minutes, Venus 54 minutes of Cancer, and that's very significant because in June. His birthday is the 22nd, so that 22 is a master number. That matters. Um, if you're born on the 22nd, you're born under a master number vibration, so you are a master. Um, and that 22 base number 4, which is somebody who is good in crisis. So people who have a 22 in their chart tend to be the people that we go to when we're in crisis. So just be aware of that. And it's something that he himself is probably very familiar with. Um, and of course, if you do the kind of work that he's done, you're dealing with people in crisis. Law generally is you meet people when they're in a crisis. And he does have a grand square in his chart um, with his moon and the nodes of the moon and the planet um, Juno. So we can see that 4 in his chart as well. Um, he has his Venus, and excuse me, his Mercury in Cancer at 25 degrees of Cancer, 38 minutes. The United States Mercury is at 24 degrees some odd minutes. So his Mercury and the United States Mercury are conjunct. And so on some level, he speaks for the country. He speaks for America. And what's important and interesting about that is that Pluto and Saturn are exactly, well, Saturn are opposite, right? We have that Pluto Saturn conjunction that occurred in January at was a 23 degrees of Capricorn, is exactly opposite Mercury in his chart and in the chart of the United States. So oppositions are confrontational, and Pluto and Saturn in Capricorn is power, right? Um, and so we can see that he is going up against sort of the powers that be. He's in a way being a substitute, or he's being an avatar for us as Americans. Okay, so that's interesting. Um, in his chart. Let me see what else is going on. Um, Uranus will be making a square to his Neptune in in Scorpio, and Uranus is making a trine to his Pluto. He has Pluto at about 4 degrees of Virgo, and Uranus is at around 3 degrees of uh, Taurus. So there's a flow there. Uranus and Pluto are transpersonal planets, so there's more of a transpersonal flow through his chart, an evolutionary flow through his chart, and it will be expressed through his Pluto. which he has in the third house of speaking. So he's speaking for us. We also have on his birthday, or actually on the 21st, we have an eclipse at 0 degrees of Cancer, or 1 degree of Cancer. I think it's 21 minutes of Cancer. So he's going to have an eclipse to his sun and his Venus. And it's a North Node eclipse. And it's going to be significant for him. Let's see, what vibration is he going to be going into in 2022? I mean in 2020. So it's he's 622. That's 28 and 4. 30, 31, 32. 32. Oh boy. So 32 is the path of life for the United States and the shadow. So we haven't heard the last of Adam Schiff for sure. For sure. He's also just recently, when they started the impeachment proceedings, he had his Jupiter return and his Saturn return. So this is his time to be out there in a way for us, the United States, for us as in the United States. So he has a very significant role. His ascendant is at 14 degrees of Cancer, and the sun of the United States is at 14 degrees of Cancer. So to a certain extent, what happens to him is also sort of an indication of what happens to us as a country. All right, let's see what's going on. And I want to do this quick reading on him because it's not that I'm concerned with him per se, but there is a lot of pressure. There's a lot of stress. He's being his family is, he's getting death threats like everybody who doesn't agree with Trump gets. So if I don't agree with him, it's because I'm just a person, doesn't know me, thank goodness. But if you're out in the public eye, you're up for all of that stuff, which is unfortunate. And so we need to put protection around all of those people who are going against him. All right, so let's see. Okay, so the first card is, oops, sorry. I'm looking over here, but the camera's over here. I'll learn. We have temperance. We have temperance. And so this is a process of healing that's happening now. It's a process of walking the straight and narrow. This is a spiritual initiation for him. He is going through a spiritual initiation. And this is a card where he has to stay he can't get caught up in the extremes of things. And so he has a very narrow path to walk, but it is the path of connecting his lower self with his higher self. It is the path of the mystic. And so he is a strong soul that has come in to help us to heal and to help us to find balance and illumination and connecting our lower self with our higher self as a country. Let's see what's challenging that. Okay, we have the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles. Challenging him is the fact that he just has to sit back and watch. That at this point he's done everything that he can do, and now he just has to sit back and watch and see what grows and what manifests itself. That cannot be easy for a person. Cancers are we're very proactive. We're cardinal, so we want to do, we want to start, we want to say, we want to. And his challenge is to just sit back and watch the process. Let's see what's at the root. Okay, we have the Ten of Pentacles. So he is grounded. He is supported. He is financially supported, but he's also supported through his family and his connections. I feel like the Ten of Pentacles in this case might be the house. It's interesting because in this deck, there's a house back there. And this is his colleagues in the house. He feels very supported by the people that his sort of Democratic and maybe some Republicans. I'm sure there are some Republicans in the House that he appreciates as well. Um, but family is very important to the Cancer, and I think he feels like he's found a family in the House of Representatives, and they are backing him 100%. 100%. This 10 of Pentacles is actually in the, I don't know if you can see that, but it is in the arrangement of the Tree of Life. The Tree of Life. Okay, so let's see what's in the past. So this is Trump. This is all the Trump people. This is the devil. This is people who are, yeah, quite frankly, evil, not connected to the higher realms. Um, this is who he's fighting. He's fighting the devil. What's in the sky? Okay, we have the Five of Wands. So this is a push pull. This is a sense of tension. Mostly the Five of Wands is a card of chaos, and infighting and stuff. But in this deck, it's more of a tension, and so there's a lot of tension, and of course, we can certainly appreciate that as we see what's going on right now in the Senate. Um, but there's a lot of it's like at some point things are going to break and things are going to but at this point there's all this tension and almost like a stalemate. Let's look at the immediate future. Okay, we have the 6 of Wands, moving off to calmer waters, but it is upside down. That says to me that the fight is not over. The fight is not over. um he will continue. He's not going to go off into the distance and just disappear and, go live on the island of Avalon, which that card always reminds me of. He's going to continue to do what he has to do for justice, for balance, for the Six of Swords is connected to the sign of Aquarius. And Aquarius is about working for the common good. So I see him continuing to do that work. Let's see how it looks from the outside. Oh God, he is so loved, so loved. I know I feel it. You just want to give him a hug and thank him for being such a good guy because we so need good guys. Ugh, his domestic situation. All right, so we have the Strength card here. So he is strengthened by his connections to his family, the love of his family, the love of his community. He is being held up by that. So we're good with that. Hopes and fears. Okay. So the Ace of Wands, he's hoping for a new way, a new way forward. And aren't we all? And the outcome? Okay, we have the Two of Cups. So this is interesting because the Two of Cups is often associated with, well, democracy because there's two sides, right? But it's about agreements. It's about talking. So ultimately, I feel like there's an opening here. The Two of Cups is associated with the sign of Cancer, incidentally. But I feel like through this process, um, we are going to get to a point where we start talking to each other, where we start, dealing with the commonalities between us. I think this is very good outcome card for him. Um, we're going to get to the other side, and we're going to start talking to each other again. The Two of Wands, another two. Having better relationships with our foreign allies. The Knight of Wands. This is being on a sort of on a quest. Moving the light forward. Moving the light forward. And let's see. The Queen of Swords. Yeah, I think that those cards indicate that it continues. his quest continues, but ultimately, the sort of justice will come, will be. I almost feel like, and I don't know if this is even possible, if this is a consideration. Um, I don't see Nancy Pelosi as somebody who would necessarily hand the sort of power over to somebody, but I almost feel like that's a possibility here. Wow. Okay, so let's see what's underneath it all. The Emperor. The Emperor. This is a card about agency. It's a card about being um, in charge. It's about being a leader. Um, so I think that we're seeing his leadership qualities in a way that we would not have seen them without this opportunity. We'll call it an opportunity for him to fight this whole Trump thing. He's really sort of coming into his own and sort of both defining what it means to be a good leader by pointing out what it means not to be a good leader in the case of pointing to Trump. But also perhaps, it's very possible that he has a future to do that, to be the leader, to be a leader. But that's, that would be in the future. Um, not now, not now. All right. Well, he's okay. He's okay. He's all right, and I think he's very much divinely protected and physically protected as well. I think that his it just makes me feel good. It makes me feel when I think about that. It makes me feel good. Um, the stress that these people are willing to have and go under for a higher purpose. Um, he's okay, which makes me feel really good because not that I didn't think he was okay, but I was a little concerned. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. Like and subscribe, and I will get to his chart, I promise. And I gave you a little bit of stuff today. I'll have the charts up. We'll take a look. I can point it out. It'll be great. Okay, guys, take care. See you later. Like and subscribe. And yeah, bye.